Alrighty guys, this is ChrissieGirl and we are now moving on to the Babylon story of Sonic Riders. 4 more parts and then this entire playthrough will be done. And then we can move on to Zero Gravity. Joy. So this basically tells the story from the Babylon's perspective, but you probably already knew that. And this won't be the first time we see Storm storming in. I just get it, storming in.
What's this?
Yeah, it's not funny.
Oh, is this?
Yeah, that's when I
So things start making a bit more sense
So is this the key to the fabled Babylon
in the Babylon story.
I wonder.
It's one of those things about Sonic stories. All the stories, in what you'll play one story, one character's or team's story, and things won't make sense. But then you play another one, it begins to make a little bit more sense, if you know what I mean.
You'll probably use it in some crazy experiment of yours.
Oh, come on, I only want to look at it.
You always say you only want this.
They're like an old married couple, it's why I ship them. But then again, like I said, I have nothing against those who ship Jet with Wave.
True wishes.
Oh, be quiet.
Even like it myself a little bit, but I prefer Storm with Wave. But I like, you know, I don't mind it.
Someone called Eggman wants to speak to you.
Egg salads, though.
Interesting proposition.
Come on, Storm, you're not that stupid.
Knock it off.
So here comes Eggman, and this is how we find out how they're affiliated. But it's a little bit more to it than that. We actually find out that Jet's not, well, Jet don't trust him all that much. He goes along with him, but he doesn't trust him, and I kind of like that. Anyone remember Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where Knuckles just believes Eggman? Then again, that's a completely different story in a way, because Knuckles has been isolated for so long, so, you know, no people skills means he's a lot more gullible than what most people would be. Jet obviously being a criminal in a way, because he is sort of like a thief. He does steal the emerald, so I consider him a criminal and a thief. And the Babylon Rogues in the hero story was described as robbers, so we'll just say, yeah, criminal, to an extent. He obviously is more aware of what people are like. And considering he's the leader of the Rogues, which is sort of like a gang in a way, it does mean that he's not a stupid birdie. He's also very proud, as I said in the hero story, in the last part of the hero story. Very, very proud. And very squawky, like a parrot. When he doesn't sound like Sonic, he sounds like a fucking squawky parrot. So here we go. The first race in the Babylon story, and it's Night Chase, which is the doppelganger for Metal City, and is practically near enough identical. Track design wise, barring a few minor differences here and there. I'll be honest, I don't like this track. It's my least favourite track in the game. Mainly because those fucking police cars. You hit them, you're screwed. It puts you behind. Honest to God, I hate them. So here we go. And they really get in your way. I hate them. I actually remember the first attempt at this race, I failed it. But I cut it out of the playthrough. Unfortunately, the only other time I failed was at Dark Desert, and I didn't cut that one out of VG playthrough, but I might cut it out of this one just to save time. It's not to try and hide the fact that I'm a bad gamer. I know I'm a bad gamer, and loads of other people know I'm a bad gamer. But, it's more to save time than anything else. Yeah. Top route's better than the lower route. And there comes the fucking police cars again. They really do my head in. I absolutely hate them. And yes, right from the beginning you have to go in first place. We have to be in first place when you finish the race. I think this track's based off of the chase that occurred before, well, at the beginning of the hero story. I'm sure you remember the beginning cutscene. Sonic tries to chase Jet on an airboard, but Jet gets away when Sonic probably could have caught up to him had he ran. But I think this race is actually meant to be us sort of playing the rogues, getting away from Sonic. The only stupid thing I don't like about this is that your comrades, Wave and Storm, they can't even beat you. You have to be in first place. I suppose it kind of makes sense from the story perspective. In the first actual cutscene of the hero story, Jet got away first and he was closely followed by Wave and Storm, with Storm hanging on to Wave's board for dear life. But, you know, stupid, they're your comrades. Surely it doesn't matter if they get away before you do, or is Jet really that much of a big head that even his own teammates can't get in front of him? It's stupid. But anyway, yeah. That's that course done. And by the way, quick note, the first jump, I probably should have mentioned this right away when I started it, the first jump you don't automatically jump off of. If you don't jump off of it yourself by holding down the jump button and then jumping, you won't make it. You'll just end up floating and having to struggle to get onto the platform to continue the race. Anyway, this cutscene again, but from Wave's perspective. Transpires, she don't think Tails' gear is that bad, but being proud and big-headed and, well, just plain bitchy, she just pretends it's a piece of shit. Or that she thinks it's a piece of shit. And as I said in the hero story of this playthrough, in the commentary, there was actually a Wave haters group set up on DeviantArt, from what I remember, because she dissed Tails, and that was the biggest reason people didn't like her, because she dissed Tails, and a lot of them were Tails fans, obviously. Never mind the fact that Wave is a fictional character, that Tails is fictional, and that Wave's personality was meant to be that of a bitch. Oh no, no one's allowed to insult Tails. Let's not forget she insulted Knuckles in a later point in the Babylon story. She called him a red mutt. Now, I'm a huge Knuckles fan, but I still like Wave. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, how dare you call Knuckles a red mutt? I'm gonna start a Wave haters group on Facebook and DeviantArt, anywhere I can think of, really. And we're all gonna draw kill art. Yeah, we're all gonna draw pictures of Wave being mercilessly stabbed and her head sliced off and all the nastiest things in the world you can think of. Pictures of Wave being dead, yeah! No. How fucking stupid. Yeah. I like Wave. I mean, she's not my favourite character. None of the rogues even come anywhere near close to being one of my top favourite characters. But I like her. She don't take no shit. Of course, my favourite female in the series is Blaze, but she's not in this game. But she is in Zero Gravity as an unlockable character, but she isn't in this game. Oh, and Amy's my second favourite female. And yeah. Red Canyon, obviously you can tell. Doppelganger to Splash Canyon. Every fucking track in this game has a doppelganger. And this one is very drastically similar to Splash Canyon, which kind of bugs the hell at me. Why couldn't they have been more original? It really annoys me that, you know, all these tracks are practically identical to each other. They could have introduced more originality. Would it have killed them to introduce more originality? But anyway, that's a wrap nearly. We've only got one more lap to do. And obviously, as you can tell by the cutscene where it focused in on Amy instead of the heroes, unlike the hero story which just said focused in all three characters. In this story, the cutscene focused on Amy when she said, "Oh, that girl, who does she think she is?" Obviously, as you can tell, we're racing against Amy in this course. So when we beat her, that'll be her knocked out of the competition, which explains why she's on the sidelines in the last race. She was the first one to be knocked out. That kind of makes her come across as really useless, but she isn't really. At least I don't think she is. I like Amy. She's my second favourite female, as I said before. Even if she has been butchered in some earlier games. Anyway, we're finishing off this race. Bam! Out the competition you go, Amy. Though Wave gets knocked out by Tails, so... I think we only race as Wave one other time, but that's not until much later on. We race as Jet 3 times, I believe. Wave 2 times, and I think Storm just the once. Like in the Hero Story, power character only gets raced as once. And a repeat from the first cutscene. Storm storming in. And Wave coming up behind him, talking to him like a piece of shit.
He must have cheated. That's it. He must have used some special type of gear.
And here's a sign that Wave is very proud of her own gear. No one is as good as she is. Haha. Except Tails.
It's not the board. Your skills just suck.
What?
Gotta love her. She's such a smart aleck and clever as well.
Yes. S-U-C-K.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know how to spell suck, though Storms doesn't quite get it still.
Let's get down to business. I believe our colleague
Yeah.
Eggman, he's got
As
to
I
be
said
hiding
before,
something.
Jet does not
And
trust
you know,
Eggman.
I don't like secrets.
So
I've
obviously,
got
as
enough for you, Storm.
Stormer has been knocked out of the
I want
competition,
you to sneak into Eggman's base
had to
and
find a way to
out what he's
incorporate him in
hiding
there somehow.
Make sure you look
Goes to
carefully.
investigate
Got it, boss.
Eggman's factory,
before
though
you
obviously
go,
it's changed a
bring
bit and
something
now it's
back
called Ice
or don't
Factory.
return it
But we
all.
won't get to that until the next part. So, we'll see you guys in the next part, I guess. Enjoy Jet tantruming like a child. Goodbye.